Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Rhea Ripley seemingly liked Damian Priest's suggestion for a faction name for the Terror Twins' potential alliance with Jey Uso. Jey is now on good terms with the duo, as Ripley and Priest are babyfaces. For quite some time now, fans have been wanting to see Jey Uso and Ripley together on WWE TV. The promotion has been hinting at a potential romantic angle involving the two stars for months. Ripley was quite happy over Jey winning the Intercontinental title from Braun Breaker on Raw. Jey has also teamed up with the Archer of Infamy on a couple of occasions in the recent past. Priest recently shared an Instagram story and tagged Rhea Ripley and Jey Uso in the same. In the story, he suggested a name for a potential faction involving the trio, Triplets of Terror. The Eradicator shared it on her story as well and seemed quite pleased with the name. A veteran warned WWE against booking Rhea Ripley and Jey Uso in a romantic angle. Ex-WWE employee Tommy Carlucci doesn't think the promotion should book Jey and Rhea in a romantic storyline. He recently shared his thoughts on Behind the Turnbuckle, the Last Word podcast. God knows, I do not want to see them see her, and we talked about this a week ago, being something into a romantic storyline with Jey, which would be freaking ridiculous. It would make no sense at all. It doesn't help either one of them. So, I hope that doesn't happen, he said. Rhea Ripley and Priest both have big matches ahead of them. At Bad Blood 2024, the Nightmare will take on Liv Morgan in an attempt to capture the Women's World title. On the other hand, Priest will take on Finn Balor in a singles match. Rhea Ripley sat in the locker room, her leather jacket draped over a nearby chair, her eyes fixed on the phone in her hand. It had been a whirlwind few weeks in WWE, with her faction, the Judgment Day, standing strong but constantly evolving. The newest twist, however, had thrown her for a loop. Damian Priest had suggested a new direction, a potential stable involving none other than Jey Uso. As the Women's World Champion, Rhea was no stranger to adapting to the ever-changing dynamics of WWE. But this felt different. Damian's idea for a potential alliance with Jey Uso came with a name that had caught her attention, the Dark Bloodline. The text she had just received from Damian made her brow furrow. It read, "What do you think of the Dark Bloodline? Me, you, Jey, maybe Finn too. We could be unstoppable." Rhea leaned back, her mind racing. She respected Damian Priest immensely. He was her partner in destruction, a man she had come to trust over the years in the brutal world of WWE. His suggestion wasn't just about a name, it was about an entirely new chapter for the Judgment Day and possibly her own career. The inclusion of Jey Uso, however, complicated things. Jey had only recently separated himself from the Bloodline, the very faction that had defined him for so long. Roman Reigns' tyranny, the constant manipulation, and the family drama had finally driven Jey to strike out on his own. His journey from tag team specialist to main eventer was inspiring, but did he really want to be part of another faction so soon? Rhea's thumb hovered over the screen as she pondered her response to Damian. Her loyalty to the Judgment Day was absolute, but her instincts told her this could either be a game-changing move or a disastrous one. A knock on the door snapped her out of her thoughts. Damian Priest strode into the room, his presence as imposing as ever. He was dressed in his usual dark attire, his tattooed arms exposed, and his eyes glinted with excitement. "So, what do you think?" he asked, taking a seat across from her. "About the name, about Jey." Rhea crossed her arms, locking eyes with Damian. "I've been thinking about it. The Dark Bloodline? It's got a ring to it, but there's a lot more to consider than just the name, Priest." He nodded, sensing her hesitation. "I get it. But think about what we could do with Jey. He's unchained now, free from Roman's shadow. We could mold him into something different, something darker. You, me, Finn, and Jey, imagine the dominance. The Judgment Day's been about redefining power, right? What's more powerful than merging our strength with his? Rhea raised an eyebrow. And you think Jey would be down for that? He's just broken away from the family that's been controlling him for years. What makes you think he's ready to jump into another? Damian leaned forward, his intensity palpable. Because we're different. We don't control people, we empower them. Jey knows he can trust us. He's seen what we've done together. He doesn't need to follow orders, he can be his own man. And this name, the Dark Bloodline? It's a symbol. We're not bound by blood, but by choice. Rhea couldn't deny the appeal of the idea. The Judgment Day had always been about breaking boundaries and rewriting the rules. Adding Jey Uso to the mix could indeed take them to the next level. But there was still a nagging doubt in the back of her mind. And what about Finn? She asked, testing the waters. Where does he fit into all of this? He's been the heart of the Judgment Day, and I don't see him being thrilled about taking a back seat. Damian smirked. Finn's always adaptable. He understands the bigger picture. Besides, he's got his own business to take care of. This wouldn't push him aside, it would just expand our reach. Rhea sat back, processing the information. Damian was persuasive, no doubt about it. But before she could fully commit to this idea, she needed to speak with someone else. Let me talk to Jey first, Rhea said finally. I want to see where his head's at. If he's on board, then we'll go from there. Damian grinned, satisfied with her response. That's all I'm asking. Trust me, Rhea, this could be the start of something huge. Later that night, Rhea found Jey Uso alone in the arena's backstage area. He was leaning against the wall, a contemplative look on his face, no doubt still processing his recent split from the bloodline. Got a minute? Rhea asked as she approached. Jey looked up, surprised to see her, but not entirely shocked. Yeah, sure. What's up, champ? She didn't waste time with pleasantries. Damian's got an idea. He's thinking of forming a new stable. You, me, him, maybe Finn. He's calling it the Dark Bloodline. Jey's expression shifted, a mixture of surprise and curiosity flickering across his face. The Dark Bloodline? That's a bold name. What's it mean, though? Rhea shrugged, leaning against the wall next to him. It means power. It means freedom. No strings attached. You'd have control, Jey. No one telling you what to do or who to follow. We'd be partners, not leaders and followers. Damian thinks you'd be a perfect fit. Jey fell silent for a moment, clearly weighing the proposition. I've spent years being told what to do. Roman, Jimmy, Solo, they all had expectations. I ain't looking to fall into another trap. Rhea nodded, understanding his reluctance. I get that. But this isn't the bloodline. This is something new. You have your own say in how we roll. We're just offering a way to build something bigger. Jey looked her in the eyes, searching for any sign of deception. Finding none, he exhaled deeply. All right, I'll think about it. But I ain't jumping in without seeing the full picture. Rhea smirked, extending a hand. That's all we ask. Jey shook her hand, his decision not yet made, but the seeds of something new already planted. As she walked away, Rhea couldn't help but feel a surge of excitement. Whether or not Jey joined them, things were about to get interesting. And if Damian's vision of the Dark Bloodline came to fruition, WWE would never be the same again.